Let's pay attention. Okay, everybody, today's date is 4/13/23. We're going to be in the triangular prism on this worksheet. So it's kind of like in the middle of your packet. In the middle of your packet. Like in the middle. What do you mean?
It's like the same as the one in here, right?
Yeah, the one we did yesterday.
So we're just gonna do the same thing that we did on Tuesday, or
Yesterday.
no? Like you know how we
Oh, yeah.
like how we did the worksheet? Okay.
All right. So we're in number 1 together. Here's number 1. Let's first do the triangles part.
12 times 8 divided by 2.
Yes. So just remember, base times height divided by 2. We've been practicing in the do nows. Base times height divided by 2. So looking at your triangle that you have on number 1, I really need you to look at your packet, right? So you need to see where are we getting these numbers, right? Your colleagues, your classmates are going to tell me. So make sure you understand. Number 1, in the triangle on your paper, what would be the base of your triangle?
The base?
The base of my triangle.
12.
Good. Times, what would be my height?
8.
Very good. So take a moment, look at your packet, figure out why we said 12, why we said 8. Okay? Divided by 2. Now, do you guys remember the shortcut?
Yeah.
So take one of these numbers and divide by 2 first. So who wants to sit there and multiply 12 times 8?
48.
12 times 8? Yeah. And then divide that by 2, right? Too hard. Don't want to do that. So if you take one of these and divide by 2, I'm going to take the 12 and divide it by 2. What do I get? 6. And now what's 6 times 8?
48.
So that's our answer. So what I did is I divided by 2 before. You only take one of the numbers and divide it by 2. If you're like, I don't know what she just did, do multiply and divide by 2 again. That's fine. Okay. Inches squared. So that's the triangle. The second triangle, what's the area of the back triangle that you don't see? So it's 48. Okay. How many rectangles do we have? 3. All right.
The bottom, the left, and or what? No.
Well, what do we call the first rectangle? What do you want to call it? What do we want to call this rectangle?
I guess right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put an R for right.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, shouldn't we put a left and right? Because, like, they're both the same area.
Why would it be the same?
Not really, pal.
Because it's the 14 and the 10 are
14 down?
Because what kind of triangle do you have?
It's isosceles. Because it has the two same sides because it's 10 on centimeters.
The reason I ask is I'm forcing you to practice the vocabulary of isosceles and understanding isosceles. Okay, so the right triangle would be 10 times 14, which is equal to 140 inches squared.
That's what
Now, the rectangle on the left, would be, yeah, it would be this rectangle over here that you don't see. The rectangle over here. Wow, I did a really bad job at that. It would be the same. So it would also be 10 times 14. Why is it the same? Because it's an isosceles triangle and they're both 10, right? They're both 10, so they do repeat. So that would be also 140 inches squared, right? Now, the last rectangle, which is located where?
The bottom.
The bottom. The bottom, what are my two numbers for the bottom one? 12 times 14. What in the world is 12 times 14?
Earth. Welcome to Earth.
6 times 14.
We don't divide by 2 though.
But his eyes are all
It's a rectangle.
Yeah,
Oh,
168,
right,
168.
Looks like that one camel.
Now we have the
168 inches squared.
Now we have to find the surface area.
Now, so this is just finding area of each shape. each side, I should say. Surface area is finding the total area, like if you were doing gift wrapping paper or if you were painting the box. They love to do word problems on surface area. I'm going to wrap a present. How much gift wrapping paper do I need? That's surface area. I am going to paint all the sides of this box. Oh, I'm going to build a tent. Someone in my third period, they're like, Miss Amelia, this looks like a tent. Like when I go camping. And I'm like, that's a great observation. So if I were to create this tent, how much fabric do I need? Do I need fabric on the floor of a tent? Have you guys ever been on a tent? In a tent? You have fabric on the floor, right?
Because you don't want to get stabbed. Like you don't want to get stabbed in the foot by a stick.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
You want to get dirty.
And then, I don't want to get dirty. And then the bear, you know?
Oh, the bear.
The bear.
Oh.
So, if this was a tent, how much fabric do I need? That would be surface area. So, they love to use surface area in a word problem. All right.
The bear on the California flag.
Anyways, what's 48 plus 48 plus 140, 140, 168? What is it?
Yeah, 544.
544?
544.
544? Did most of you get 544?
What'd you get? I got 444.
So you're off by 100?
What'd you get, Kevin?
288.
544.
What did you get?
I got 544. Yeah, 544.
The calculator got
544.
96 plus 280. Whoa.
14. 3.
96
40,
plus 280.
That's 168.
544.
I was 2 off.
544 inches squared.
Yeah, I got 544.
So this gives you 98. 48 and 48 give you, no, 96. This gives you 96,
Oh, forgot to do that.
right? And then this gives you 280, and that gives you 168. I would pair them up. That way, like, if you make a mistake, you can go, oh, did I make a mistake here? Did I make a mistake here?
Then you made a mistake.
All right. I'm going to cut you a break, though.
Oh, yeah, I did. I did see the one.
You're going to be able to use a calculator, but you still have to show me this work.
Oh, man.
Then no calculator for you.
Oh.
So, you have to write down what you're multiplying, and then you can use a calculator, write down your answer, add them up with your calculator. Okay, does everybody understand that? So you're still showing me the work, but if you want to. Some of the numbers you're like, oh, 5 times 4, 20, no big deal. All right, so number 2. Go ahead and start number 2. I'm going to probably, let me see, what time is it? Okay.
What's the week?
Let's do 6 problems, 1 through 6. I might say 5 in a minute, but let's do 1 through 6. Everybody start number 2. Start with your triangles.
Isn't it 5 times?
Whoa.
5 times 6. 5 times 5 is 6.
ABC is on my group chat.
60.
ABC is with card.
So,
Yeah, 16.
your height is where that 90 degree is. Your height is where that 90 degree is. So the two numbers that make the 90 degrees, that's your base, that's your height. Where the 90 degree is, that's your base, that's your height. So what are the two numbers that I need?
Wait, no, but don't you have to divide it so it's 30?
Yeah, it's 30.
Yeah, but we always want to practice knowing it's base times height divided by 2.
Yeah, so it's 30 and 30.
Did she get her homework?
You don't know what I did to get that angle. I had to do so many things because I lost my protractor. I teared up my backpack and everything. And I used an editing app.
Okay, we don't do that with scissors. Okay, now, hardest one. You do not, you want the circles to still be attached to the rectangle. You want the circles to still be attached to the rectangle. So don't cut this little tiny piece off. So let's cut around the cylinder. Alright, so we're going to write the title on the top. I don't know how much we're going to get done today, but we're going to kind of set it up. Cylinder surface area. So to me, it looks like a can. If you want to do a label for your business, like you're selling something in a cylinder and you got to create a label for it. This is your label that goes onto it. Like, have you ever had a can of corn that you open? All right. So, what shapes do I have in a cylinder?
Circle and
rectangle.
So I have, let's say, 3 sides. I have 2 circles and 1 rectangle.
You're in Dubai? Oh.
I have 3 sides, gentlemen, 2 circles and 1 rectangle. Now, how do I find the area of a circle?
Pi.
pi times radius squared.
Pi times radius squared, yeah.
Radius and then
Square it,
times
right? And then you had that for your homework. So this area is area equals pi times radius squared, right? How do I find the area of the rectangle? Base times height. Okay.
How did you have pi again?
Now,
Yeah, squiggly.
I just put a straight line.
this part of your circle. This part of your circle.
That's a...
Okay. Oh, sorry. This part of your rectangle is what part of your circle?
The bottom?
The height.
My
Oh, yeah, the height.
pink
The height, yeah.
line of the rectangle
It's what surrounds the circle.
is what part of the circle?
Oh, the perimeter.
But what fancy word do we use?
Circumference.
Circumference.
So, this pink line, when I fold it up, round it, it's the what part of the circle? The circumference.
Hey, that was the closest.
Do you see that? Why? Because in this problem, it's not base times height. Okay, do we want to call this the base? Someone call this the base, right? So that would be the height, right? Do we understand that? But when you're dealing with a cylinder, thank you for those who are still paying attention. It's going to get hard in 2 seconds. We don't call it the height. We actually call it the circumference. They will give you the information as a circumference. They will not give you this number, Anthony. I was talking to you when I actually said, thanks for those who are still paying attention. It's going to get hard in 2 seconds. Gosh, I wonder what's most important to you right now.
Math.
Just a little.
No way.
Okay, how do I find circumference?
Diameter times 5.
So you're going to need, they're never going to give you this number. You have to solve for it using your circle. So really this is going to be pi times d. So in order for you to find the height, you need to use pi times d.
I thought it was gonna be like the other one, like the radius. To find the radius, you're gonna have to use
We have 2
base
minutes.
times height and then subtract, divide it by 2.
It's going to be a lot of work.
How do we glue it?
Okay, yes. You're going to glue part of your rectangle, not the whole rectangle, like this.
Like one of the circles.
Well, you're a pro at this. I just use a little bit of glue so I can still kind of round it.
Any plastic glue gun?
are now frozen. Louis, you can still read it. I graded the homework in class. I went around and graded everyone's work.
This is our lunch.
Please pass back the homework. Please pick up your trash. Yes, let's clean up the mess. Sorry, I ain't got no. Where's your trash? Here. Scissors. Trash.
I'm fearless.
Scissors and trash. Trash and
What's about to go like?
Sorry, Johnny.
failed me.
Miss Amelia, what triangle is
Yo,
this?
you don't know that song word by word.
Is this isosceles?
Wait, what song?
Because it has, so it has 2 lines. Yeah. Is there isosceles or equilateral?
Oh, and music idea.
Wait, so is it isosceles?
Bro, you remember
In the homework?
Yes.
Party Island, bro?
No, they're all one tick mark.
Oh, so they're equilateral?
I would always go
One
to the
tick
max and
mark.
try over easy.
Bye.
So Melly, here's your pencil.
Thank you for returning the pencil to me. Oh, this is gonna be great.